Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Anywhere you come across my video, you have to share, you have to like, you have to follow my Aziza Audio YouTube backup page, Aziza Audio TV for Facebook. This broadcast is about the Africa continent. It's about the good thing that Ibrahim Traore is doing in Africa, So I want to play this video first. After the video, I will analyze. Because what is Ibrahim Traore is doing in Africa, I never see any African leader who have the balls, who have the mind, who can do this. So let's look.
Do you know democracy was long in Africa before Europe? After Europe came and reintroduced their own version of democracy, we started having dictators and long-serving leaders that remain in power till today, and actually doing nothing for the people, only their pocket and their family. Let me take you back. Long before the arrival of colonialism, the Oromo people of Ethiopia had one of the most advanced democratic systems in the world. It is called the Gada system. For centuries, power was not inherited. It was not seized by force. It was transferred peacefully every 8 years. Leaders were chosen based on wisdom, ability, and service to the people. The Gada system created balance. No man ruled for life. No leader could stay in power forever. Leadership rotated among different age sets, guaranteeing accountability and preventing dictatorship. Even UNESCO has recognized the Dada system as one of humanity's greatest democratic heritages. This proves something the world does not want to admit. Africa had democracy long before Europe, but then came colonialism. When Europe occupied Africa, they destroyed indigenous governance systems and imposed their own structures. They redefined leadership to serve their interest, not the people's interest. And after independence, instead of returning to our African models of rotating leadership, many states adopted European-style democracy. But it was democracy only in name. In reality, it became the age of the lifelong ruler. Look at Africa's post-independence history. In Togo, General Gnassingbé Eyadema seized power in 1967 and remained president until his death in 2005. That is 38 years in power. In the former Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mobutu Sese Seko came to power in 1965 after a coup, and he ruled until 1997. That is 32 years of one-man rule. In Gabon, Omar Bongo took office in 1967 and remained in power until 2009, a staggering 41 years of rule. In Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe became prime minister in 1980, then president in 1987, and he clung to power until he was forced to resign in 2017. That is 37 years in total. And in Cameroon, Paul Biya has been president since 1982. Today, over 40 years later, he is still in power, making him one of the longest-serving leaders in the entire world. This is not the democracy our ancestors knew. This is not the democracy of the Gada system. What we see today is a broken imitation, designed during colonial rule and manipulated by leaders who fear to leave power. The tragedy is that what Africa once pioneered, true democracy with rotation, accountability, and community participation, was stolen, replaced, and corrupted. Our history proves that democracy is not a Western gift. It was part of Africa long before Europe even defined the word. But today, democracy in Africa has been reduced to elections that only legitimize dictatorships, while leaders sit in office until death removes them. If we are to move forward, we must remember what the Gada system teaches. Leadership is service, not ownership. No one should rule forever. No one should cling to power until the grave. Africa had democracy before the West, and until we return to our own wisdom, we will continue to suffer under the weight of dictators who were never part of our original story.
My fellow Africans, Shebi you don't hear boldly word from Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso president. You see, I always talk about this before because I say I don't know the mentality that our African leader they ask. I don't know why this our African leader they don't think about tomorrow. They don't think about the future of their great born children. You understand? Okay, most of these African leaders Some go take power, they will like remain in power till they don't want it. Okay, look at the word Ibrahim Traore mention now. He measure Cameroon, he measure Tongo. Okay, in Cameroon now, the president of Cameroon, Bob Biya, is almost 43 years in power. Something that take power in 1986. You understand? Just because those people, they are just there to serve France and the European. They are not there to serve a old citizen. Look at the insurgency in Cameroon. Look at what is going on in Cameroon. What is going on in Cameroon caused by the Paul Biya, the Cameroonian president. I don't know why most of the presidents in Africa, they want to remain in power. They want to rule and die. You understand? That is not the point. That is not the point for you to save your citizen. When you know that you don't have anything to offer your city, you resign from office. You resign from power. You understand? That is why I said every time, I don't know the mentality that our African leader acts. I don't know why our African leader, they cannot sit and think about tomorrow. I don't know why our African leader, they cannot sit and think about the future of the country. I don't know why our African leader, they cannot think about the future of the African continent. You know, any African leader that boldly out, that stand for the African continent, the other African leader will try to prosecute that person. They will try to break that person down. The point is that all African leaders need to unite together and fight for the common goals of Africa. I fight for the common goals for the for the unity of Africa. I fight for the common goals for the benefit of Africa, because what is going wrong in Africa is very bad. Okay, look at what the Burkina Faso president is doing now. Where we say other African leader, what Burkina Faso president is doing, Ibrahim Traore, and Mali president, and Niger president, and Chad president, and Namibia president, and Tanzania president. Why other African leaders cannot come together and emulate what those people they are doing? Because they are doing the right thing. They put their citizens first. They put their country first. Not like other country where we say your country, you put your citizen third or fourth. But those other countries in Africa, they put their citizens first, the way the European Union are doing. But the other African leader, they don't have the brain, they don't have the analog brain to make this right. Some of them will come outside and say talk bullshit about Ibrahim Traore, the only man who stand for Africa, the only man who can fight for the unity of Africa, the only man who fight for the progress of Africa, the only man who fight for the future of Africa, the only man who fight for the unity of Africa. Many other leaders, they are still trying to bring him down. What you be say, you people need to support this man. Then Africa can have one unity. Because when we unite together, nobody can break us. When Africa unite together, nobody can break them, because we have 54 countries in Africa. Okay, why can't we unite together? So anyway, you come across this video, you have to share, you have to like, you have to follow my backup page, you have to subscribe to Aziza Audio TV. Base there.